XM 105, Sirius 206, the Opie and Anthony channel. The Ron and Fez show starts right now.
All right, are you ready to get down? I said, are you ready for some rock and roll? Let's hear it for Dave Gallagher, man.
Some fella look at the eye, some fella look at the nose, some fella look at the side, some fella look at the clothes. Wait a minute, I don't care if your eyes are red, I don't care if the nose is long, I don't care if she's underfed, I don't care if her clothes are warm. But I look at the bird, come on. I'll be. I don't care if the hair is a wig. Why waste time looking at the waistline? When I look at the bird, come on. A woman can be fine as can be, just sweet honey. That don't mean thing to me. You ain't got no money, baby. If the price is right. Maxwell, booba booba. Some fellas like the way they walk, the way they swing and sway. Some fellas like the way they talk, the things they say. I don't care. She bobbles like a talk with a list. Still think I'm a good look with them dollar bills all free. Come on. When I look at the bird. 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 Come on, baby. Man, you got yourself a rent. All I want is your pretty green can. Want me a suit, want me a car, want me to look like a Hollywood star. Money, I want money. Ever in a while, babe, I need money. Let me have it. Bird eye, look at the birds, come on, baby. Bird eye, look at the birds, yeah. Bird eye, look at the birds. Bird eye, look at the birds. You're so sharp. Bird eye, look at the birds. Come on. Bird eye, look at the birds. Don't you try me. Bird eye, look at the birds. Don't you do it. Bird eye, look at the birds. Come on. Bird eye, look at it. I need your loving, baby. Bird eye, want it. I get your loving, baby. Bird eye, need it. I get the bird eye, look at it. Come on, baby, now, bird eye, look at it.
Let's get down to it, boppers.
Oh, yeah, buddies. We are live. It's the Ron and Fez show back from vacation. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. We'll open up the phone lines right now. If you were in the New York area, we got a pair of tickets to give away, Hicks.
That's right, to the Aziz Ansari Unmasked at the UCB Theater tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. is when doors open.
Why are the doors opening an hour before the show? To stale out the audience as much as we can?
Don't worry, I'll be down there. I'll make sure none's stale at all.
What are you going to do? Fucking card
Keep
tricks?
them out.
let me just ask you this. If you went to a movie, would you expect the doors to be open an hour before? Or?
No, they make you stand in line before they let you in.
Well, everyone's going to get in. The show's at 5:30. I just don't understand telling the audience. Well, anyway, 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. You got to be in the New York area to be able to pick those up. Give us a call. Hicks wearing a kind of a crazy, ironic T-shirt today, I'm going to guess.
Hey, this is Obey, baby.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Shepard Ferry's fucking brand. It looks good.
So, you're back from vacation. Were you part of the latest internet craze, everyone's going to be knocked off the internet and lose all their stuff?
I came back to this like firestorm of like, oh my god, there's this fucking virus coming. It's going to destroy everything. You're not going to be able to use your computer once you get back. Once you go on.
All right, so let's play the game of this. Is it every 12 months, every 15 months, every 18 months?
I'd say it's probably at this point. It's probably about every 6 months where some like internet rumor virus pops up.
Where people tell you you're going to lose your computer, you're going to be offline. And then, even though you don't believe them, there's that little weirdness of, oh, fuck.
If this really happens.
Oh, shit. It's all going down. It's almost like the same way as like a terror warning that you're a little pissed off if it doesn't happen.
Exactly. And I'm like, all right, a computer's fucking useless without the internet.
Right.
I throw it out a fucking window. I don't care.
Well, what about a 1980s computer? They never were hooked up to the internet, and people had them all the time.
Word processor. Wow, this is nuts.
The first time anyone ever showed me their home computer, they were bragging that they would be able to do all their mailers through there. And I'm like, well, that's something I'll never need. I'm not going to sit around and worry about making up fucking address stamps for all these letters. And it was just churning, just constantly.
Like a dot matrix printer and shit?
Yeah, they had some kind of at-home fucking business. But again, it doesn't happen. And then you're almost like a little pissed off. Like, I feel ripped off about this. Keith in West Virginia, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Pepper, good Jay Giles song this morning, if you're responsible for that.
It's a playlist, baby, on the iBang.
Playlist is up on the iBang today. Really good stuff on there. Jay Giles, MC5, New York Dolls, Dropkick Murphys.
If you want to own some Jay Giles rock and roll history, his 1958 Les Paul is on eBay for $250,000.
I'm gonna get that for Pepper. I want to get that for Pepper.
Oh, that's gonna look great in the apartment.
And I also have to say that, of course, the animals are on there. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. A lot of stuff up on the iBang this morning. That's your chance to sit around and help us prep the show. But one of my favorites is the big fist fight that takes place at a Little League game. There is nothing as funny as a physical fight between parents at a Little League game.
It's great just to see these fucking adults going buck wild nuts, just beating the shit out of each other.
Nothing drops the community down like saying, we did this thing for the kids and the parents have fucked it up. I brought this up before. Really, if Little League was smart, they would say only orphans. Only orphans can be here because we don't want the if we didn't worry about these guys blowing kids, it would really be a good job if no parents showed up. But the problem is that if the Little League coach is not one of the fathers, there's a good chance he's only there to blow kids.
Oh, God.
Well, you wouldn't want to hang around with kids that weren't yours unless you were sexually interested in them.
Well, what if you wanted to shape them as young ball players?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Gay people. I really don't think that it is possible for a man, let's say, a woman I trust, but I don't think it's possible to be around other people's children without hitting them or kicking them.
I don't like being around children.
It's insane.
It freaks me out.
But nothing funnier. Did you play Little League ball?
Yeah.
Nothing funnier than when the parents act like assholes, and they have to call the law in. 866 Ron Zero Fez, 866 Ron Zero Fez. And I remember this, like, because I played a lot of sandlot ball before I played on an organized team. Like, my neighborhood was filled with kids. We had, like, an old field nearby, and everybody played ball all the time. And when we started playing Little League, and the parents were, like, way into winning and stuff, it always was weird, like, where did this fucking come from?
What happened?
Because we play a lot of games. We're playing 4 or 5 games a day before we got there and got the uniforms. Sometimes the fucking scores would be like 65 to fucking 81. So to see them get all pumped up, whether or not we beat Linwood Sunoco, was shocking to me.
Listen, you got to represent the town and your sponsor.
Oh, we're all from the same town. I give a shit. I understand that, E&M's is a fine fucking hoagie place, and they want everybody to think well of them, but...
Our third base coach sold weed. And
to the kids or just on the side?
To one of the older kids would buy weed, and then he would smoke up the other coaches and parents too. He'd sell weed to the parents, and he would just he was a train wreck.
Did you even know it as a kid?
My dad put me onto it. He's like, that guy smells like pot.
So
my dad wouldn't even smoke it or fucking buy it, but he's like, that guy's going out getting high constantly.
Well, you can tell. I mean, now that you're an adult, that fucking weed stench just sticks to people.
He was constantly going for a walk during practices.
Yeah.
Where he's like, all right, I gotta take a walk around the block.
And in our thing, there was one guy at Little League, and he was like a coach, and he was like a good guy, and like one of those guys that would also like fix the field and just be thought of as like a real guy who cared. And then one day, he shows up at a game that he's not coaching, and he has this fucking German Shepherd on a chain. And he's really, really fucking toast. Like knee wobbling, slurring, and he's telling the kids, this fucking dog will take your fucking arm off. Like, this was like, I guess, now in hindsight, some dude who fell off the wagon. And all the kids were just like obsessed, like following him around and fucking yelling shit at him and trying to get him not crazy. Because it came out of nowhere. And like later, my dad was like saying to me, that's a good man. He just had a bad day, but that's a really... I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
They take the dog out.
Here's Chad in Baltimore. Chad, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Remember when we were kids, Ron, back in the day? I mean, I played pickup ball in the city in Baltimore, and you'd always use like this dirt spot would be second base,
sure.
and you played pitcher's hand because you didn't have anybody to play first. And if you hit a foul ball out in the street, and we were on like a real long hill street, so one kid would have to go running after the ball like 2 blocks downhill, it was an automatic out.
Yeah, there would always be, if there was, like if you ever played on a field that had a short porch, you would just say, a hit to fucking right field would be an out. A hit to this fucking shot in left field is just an automatic double.
Yeah.
But then, and this was near Locust Hill School, there was one fucking thing. If the ball landed there, P-patch. P-patch is all you can get. Now, P-patch, of course, didn't have any fucking vegetables. It's just where kids went to piss. So the fucking point was, if you make everyone run through the piss patch, good. Fuck it. That's all you can get.
Fuck
and
off.
you'd go like crazy if the ball rolled into the pea patch. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Young Pips is here. Pips, did you and your friends even get together and play street ball, or was it just too fucking interneted up?
Yeah, we never played street ball.
What the fuck?
It's gone.
I mean, we had we didn't have a grass or fucking dirt. We had a concrete lot. We played every day during the summer, every single day. Me and like 10 other kids.
Yeah, because you did not have 900 fucking better games. You weren't sitting around playing Halo the way this kid was.
Oh, that's bullshit.
There is a thing of the reason why we went outside is that inside was fucking pretty unappealing. But now, any fucking kid in America has a bedroom that's cooler than Joe Namath's apartment.
That's bullshit.
So why would they go outside? You know what? This is the first signs that you're doing right now, Hicks?
Yeah.
Aging.
Oh, come on.
You are aging when you fall into that thing of my generation was better than every other.
You had to get out there, Pips. I don't know. You fucking missed out with your goddamn Xbox.
I got asked, but I was always made an excuse to stay inside.
There is no possible way that kids today could even stay outside as long as we did. We actually considered outside life, inside death. When you go outside, do and say anything that you want, meet people, groove to things, find shit out, come home, your parents are there, everything that you've learned, you now have to fucking hide.
Oh, yeah.
As if you were living in Nazi-occupied Germany. So you would find out all these great things on the street. Go home. What did you do? Nothing. I didn't do a goddamn thing. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Joker in Louisiana, you're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, hey, real quick, we had a couple different episodes playing ball. We lived on a cul-de-sac, so it was ideal. But we had one where the high school kids saw us playing and come out and said, well, we'll catch for you while you guys play and stuff. So instead of catching, the guy took a bat, and when I swung and missed the ball, he swung and proceeded to break my nose. And the other one, his older brother came out, and while we were playing, decided to make a Molotov cocktail and set it off right in the middle of the game.
Yeah, this is what happens. It is unorganized for a reason, and mainly because organization kind of blows when you're a kid.
Oh, it was so much more fun just fucking running around with my fucking boys.
Yeah, what else would you rather do?
There was Wing, the giant Asian kid that was sort of retarded but could rock the ball.
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Here's Nadir in Virginia. You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hi, I have a comment on Little League. I just think these parents who get all hyped about Little League, they're just trying to live out their dreams, kind of like drama parents, like stage moms.
Yeah, I guess there's some of that, but you know if a person's doing that, they are totally out of touch with their own past. You know what I mean? Because you do understand, if you remember it all, you did make a lot of outs. You know what I mean? So what's the big fucking deal? For some reason, they don't want their kids ever to fucking whiff or get caught off first base, all these things. I mean, when you really think about it, somebody getting caught off first base, to me, is about as funny as shit. I fucking find nothing fucking funnier than someone trying to get back.
Scramble, motherfucker. It's fucking great. It's exciting.
You're fucking daydreaming out there, you asshole. So I don't know why it doesn't get a bigger laugh. Last night, by the way, you see the home run derby, and fucking Prince Fielder is such a monster. Yeah. Just hitting shot after shot after shot.
Ridiculous.
I don't know if there's anything better than home run derby.
It's so fun.
By the way, the fight is up on the iBang right now.
It's a good one.
Let's go over here to Frank. Frank, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Ronnie B, what's up? I'm 55. When I was a kid, we wanted nothing to do with staying inside. We'd get up in the morning, go out. You wouldn't come back in until the street light came on. I mean, kids today just want to sit in the house, play a computer, and life is passing them by.
You know what? I haven't heard that term in forever, because that's when you're like in elementary school, your mom would say to you, I want you home when the street light comes on.
That's it. You know, kids today, they just don't know.
Well, they're not allowed off their fucking front step. For some reason, we think they're going to get murdered if they go outside.
I wasn't raped. I was by myself all the time.
Not only did we do that kind of shit, but not having any contact. There was no texting or phones. So you were just kind of out on your own.
In the void.
As a little kid. But your parents never sat around thinking that you were dead. They were thinking that you were in trouble and that they were going to kill you. But my parents never said to me, we didn't hear from you. We were worried you were dead. They would just say, we didn't hear from you. You held up dinner. You're in fucking trouble now. 866 Ron Zero Fez.
Well, the communication was the parents, the mothers, screaming their own child's name out the front door. There wasn't even any go looking for them. It was just scream. We had one woman, you could hear her from 2 blocks away.
Mike, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ron. Fez, you're struggling to get words out. But anyway, Ron, I'm 31, and I think Chris Stanley's even younger than I am. And we had video games. We had Nintendo, Atari, Super Nintendo, Genesis. We had tons of them. And at that time, that stuff was cutting edge. We didn't think we thought.
No, I totally get that, but in hindsight, all that stuff blows now.
Well, sure, but for kids today,
on this phone, so that we can tweet it out. Yeah. But here's the thing. There's a great piece up on the iBang, too, that came out over vacation of kids today trying to use 80s technology. And the 80s technology looks so retarded.
It's just the Commodore.
Yeah, and you can't imagine at the time, it felt like a miracle in your home.
Hey,
it felt like, well, I've got more computer stuff right now than they did in 2001.
Ron, when I got my first Nintendo, it came with this robot. I don't know if you guys remember this.
I remember that.
Really, really long time ago. The robot had this spinning disc that you can control with the controller of the system, and you can move the disc from one place to another with this robot. And that was considered to be just the most incredible thing you could possibly ever imagine.
And you'd still rather be outside, though, right?
Well, we played outside. We were outside every day, and we played the video games. We found time, but we didn't play for like 10 hours a day of video games. And also, I had some of the early Prodigy, so I even had internet, email, all that stuff.
But I think a big difference is like a kid can play the video game now with his friend in another fucking town at the same time. I mean, the thing is, even back then, when you had that, unless you had another kid over your house, you were still alone. But now, because of the internet aspect of it, people feel like they're spending the day with other people. And I get that because, I feel the same way. I feel like, well, yeah, I talk to my brother, I talk, whoever.
Having conversations.
Yep. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Why don't you get up and do that for him? Go ahead. Let's go over here to Gary in Vegas. You're on
Hey,
Ron
guys.
Fez. Yeah.
What's going on, guys? Great show.
Thanks.
I used to coach back in the day when I lived in New York, baseball and basketball, and I can't tell you the amount of times umps had to throw parents out of the stands, be it at a baseball game or inside of an arena playing basketball, because these parents thought their kids were the greatest gift to earth and they were their meal ticket. And they absolutely ruined the aspect of the kid enjoying just being out there playing. Everything's a competition now, and they've absolutely destroyed it from a child's point of view.
I was watching a thing on TV last night where I guess it was 60 Minutes, and they red shirt kids, they hold them back.
I saw that.
And it's not from school, and it's not so much for any kind of educational purposes. They just feel like these kids will do better in sports in high school if they're the older kid, that they'll also do better socially.
Yeah, they'll be able. I think
they'll date more.
They'll date more. They'll be able to drive sooner, and they'll be like a leader because they'll be the older kid. I thought that was fucking totally batshit crazy.
They do it a lot with basketball, more than any sport, I think.
Yeah, well, it's very, very weird that the fact is, Gary, if you've coached kids, you know that the main thing you're trying to do is coach them enough so they understand the game. You don't think that they will go on to pros
Exactly.
or college.
And go from there.
But they'll be able to sit down and watch March Madness and know what the hell they're looking at when they're adults. But for some reason, they get it into their head when you coach kids that they're going to fucking be something. And this, these people said, my catcher when I was coaching, they said, we want to take your picture with him so that you'll have that when he's in the pros. I'm like, first of all, he's 10. Second of all, this fucking kid wouldn't even make an all-star team if we picked this year. And then his parents were serious as shit.
Wow, that's weird.
He was good. He was okay. But if you want to get to the pros, you're going to have to be better than Dominicans. It doesn't fucking happen like that. We just don't roll that way.
And they don't have to go to school. They just play ball all day long.
Yeah. They're playing 24 hours a day, and one of them will make it. You know what I mean? Let's go out over here to Kevin. Kevin, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, Ronnie, one of the I guess, biggest problems, too, with these kids that sit around playing video games all day is that their fucking lazy-ass parents are doing it right along with them. I mean...
But here's the other side of that. It's not like our parents were involved in our lives. We had a life separate from our parents. So right now, it always comes back to somehow it should be up to the parents on what the kid is doing. My dad didn't know what the fuck I was doing all day. He thought I was out being a kid.
My parents had nothing to do with my fucking childhood, except that they fed me at night. That's it. That's pretty much, and woke me up for fucking school. That's it. I'm on my own otherwise. The fuck?
That was the two things that they had going for them.
Yeah.
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Let's go over here to Chris. Chris, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey guys, this ain't gonna sound silly, but I'm 36. When I was a kid in the summer, no one in our neighborhood had air conditioning or central air, so the houses always used to be scorching. We'd rather be outside. I wonder how much this has to do with the fact that, it's 100 degrees outside. Screw them. Stay inside where it's nice and cool. Also,
Where did you grow up?
Long Island.
All right, so what you're saying is like the houses themselves. It wasn't the newer houses that come with central air.
No, yeah, back in the 80s.
Right.
I mean, central air was relatively new. So occasionally at night, you follow have those old AC units you put in your room. So you
Right.
get AC at night. But you never have that during the day. You'd be like, get the hell out of here. You're not putting it on until night.
You know, there's an incredible amount of truth to what he's saying, that we've made it so, I mean, like, let's say last week, if everywhere in the country was so hot last week.
Right about the just ridiculous heat wave.
And then people in Chicago died. They always die in Chicago because there's older buildings that don't have AC.
Oh, shit.
And older people die there. But most, suburban houses are completely equipped with central air now. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Let's go over here to David in Georgia. You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ron, I live down here in Columbus, Georgia, and these guys are insane. I mean, you hit the head of the nail, and you said that, my kid's going to be a pro. These people down here, it's such a baseball community just because a couple of years ago, some team down here went to the Little League World Series. Everybody down here thinks their kid's a prima donna super baseball player. It's ridiculous.
I was laughing my ass off now with these travel teams.
I heard about this shit. I didn't even hear about this shit when I was growing up.
I don't remember it when I was younger either, but now the whole point is your kids need to get on a plane and go play other kids on the other side of the country. And I'm like, well, I'm sure there's some kids in the next town that could play. And they'll go around and try to raise money. Oh, we want to raise money so we can go to Oregon and play them motherfuckers.
What the fuck?
Why? Play Sun Valley. Those are the guys you're going to care about fucking beating. Guys that you're going to see later. Let's go over here to Dutch in Connecticut. You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, buddies. How are you?
Good.
Hey, the funny thing is my high school team, I grew up in Jersey, my high school baseball team was atrocious. We were 4-112 in the 4 years we played. And my senior year, we had the one game we were winning. We were beating the team that ended up going to state champs. They were so pissed that they started throwing at our batters. And my buddy's at bat. He got hit by a pitch, and he just got pissed. And he went out and charged the mound. I was on deck. I charged after him. We all go out there. Unfortunately, it was at their team, at their game, I guess. And all the parents from their stands came pouring out, and the ump stood in front of our dugout and wouldn't let our guys out. They beat the snot out of us. And I just remember looking up from the bottom of the pile and seeing a parent just pounding away on one of the guys on my team. And then they finally broke it up, and there were three of us just laying out in the middle of the field. All the parents go back, everyone else goes back. And the guys on my bench are looking at us like, seriously? You guys are killing us. We could have gone home about a half an hour ago.
Just end this bullshit. All right, thanks. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Here's John in Wyoming. You're on Ron Fez.
Hey guys, I love you guys. I wanted to make a point too on kids and never going outside. We went camping through the week of the 4th, and the kids did nothing. They'd rather sit in the tent. There was fishing, hiking. They could have done anything, swimming, anything they wanted to do, and they wanted to sit in the tent all day and play on their iPods. And this is near a town that I grew up in of like 500 people. I loved it. It was like home to me. And these kids were just dancing in front of us and goofing off. And we couldn't even enjoy ourselves as a couple because these damn kids were in our faces constantly. I don't remember doing that to my parents either. I didn't want it, like you guys said earlier, I didn't want to see my parents until it was time to be home. I didn't even speak to them for 25 years. Okay, love you guys. Bye.
I think what's kind of interesting, though, is to see what happened as time goes by, John, because I bet they end up remembering that camping trip a lot more than they remember all the other times they were on fucking, playing video games. Because really, all right, you played a lot of video games, right?
Yeah.
You ever sit back and think of a certain day that you fucking
I played for 12
beat
hours.
Zelda? That was the day I beat Zelda. It was fucking amazing after all those years. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's almost like remembering like a great time that you jerked off. It's just not something that it's not something that goes in the book. So really, even if they sit back and bust your balls years from now, John, they might go, remember that fucking time you made? Because I had to go camping with my dad, and I thought I hated it. But now we get together, and that's all we talk about. That's
great.
all. Like, we don't even remember my dad, except for his 1 week a year vacation. And then we were like, oh, man, used to wear that stupid hat, had all the fucking fly things in it. And then we did this. And that's all my brothers and sisters and I talk about now. That's it. And
it's the good stuff, though.
But at the time, you may not recognize it. You may not know it. That's the beauty of it. It's almost like all you get out of life is moments. Little moments that just stay in these bubbles that you look back on. Some are good and some are bad. But you certainly, I don't think, are going to remember a great day that you were staying at your house, reading Wikipedia or fucking playing somebody in Grand Theft Auto.
My Facebook statuses that day were just killer. So many people commented on them.
It's crazy.
It was awesome.
Let's go over to Dan in Florida. You're on Run Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, I coach Little League Baseball, and what's been happening is the coaches of these travel teams that have these players that are decent, they don't let them sign up for the Little League teams. So what's happening is it's really hurting the enrollment of the Little Leagues because these coaches are telling these kids not to play Little League because they don't think the kids on the Little League teams are as good as the kids on the travel teams. So it's really fucked up, man, that, every year there's less and less good kids on the Little League teams because they're traveling around the country. And I just don't understand that because let them play travel ball and let them play Little League because they're still getting more time on the field rather than just yanking them out of the Little League altogether. So it's fucked up.
But see, the thing is, Dan, whoever shows up, that should be the game. I would not go out looking to recruit kids. I wouldn't give a shit.
And they're like young. There's Little League kids in recruiting. That's fucking crazy.
So maybe this will be better because a couple 8 and 9-year-olds will get to play more time. They won't be riding pine. But I certainly wouldn't be making a big deal about who do we got and who we getting. Who gives a shit?
Is there like a fucking
You're
Little
just
League
having
draft?
some fun. You're killing time.
Can I play Little League Fantasy?
Where I grew up, now they have a cop at the Little League field during a day of games.
Where you grew up is in the goddamn paper every day for some kind of bath salt attack on society. There's crazy shit that goes down on in that Pinellas Park, Florida. And you see Fez's fucking house and half the crazy pictures up on the iBank. Sean, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie. A couple things I remember from when I was a kid was, one, if one of your friends' bike chain broke or they got a flat tire, they may as well have died because you weren't hanging out with them because they couldn't go anywhere.
They were like retarded people, you know what I mean? Like, it was almost like they got shot in a war. They were done to you.
It's a gut shot.
Let's go over here to Travis in Michigan. You're on the Run of Fez show.
Kind of going by what that last guy just said. I mean, I live down the country. I mean, if I didn't ride my bike 5 to 10 miles a day, I wasn't doing anything, And you're talking about these kids being so coddled. My dad used to give us fireworks, like big fireworks, like M80s to light off, and tell us to go play in the streets just to get out of his hair.
Yeah, like that's the weird thing too, is like we're talking about this shit as somehow we were Huck Finn, and your father would tell you just the opposite, that he was fucking Huck Finn, and you guys are a bunch of pussies.
Fuck you guys think you're doing?
Because he would act like we would make a campfire, cook our own food over it, and we would shoot fucking doves. You're like, well, I'm fucking still gonna eat a sandwich. I'm gonna come home and grab a fucking sandwich. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Dave in Jersey, you're on my Fez.
Yeah, hey guys, how you doing?
What can we do for you?
Hi, just give me a call on the whole Little League thing. The guy in my neighborhood across the street, he's got a kid in 4th grade, had him on the league, had him on a travel league, got him into some other third travel league, a state over, and the kid ended up jacking his elbow. Had to go all through physical therapy, the whole thing. Just amazing. I remember in 4th grade, I don't think I could have hurt myself with an overuse injury, but it's insane what they're putting the kids through these days.
I know a guy who blew his elbow out throwing a curveball in Little League. And by the time he got to fucking high school, he couldn't throw a ball across this fucking room.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah. They tell you shouldn't start throwing a curve too early. But it's what's more fun than that. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Here's ECW Zombie.
Ronnie V, it's so good to hear your voice, brother. So glad you guys are back, man. Hey, well, growing up in Staten Island, we thought we were hot shit on our Little League team, on our All-Star team. It was a bunch of Italian, Irish kids and a couple of Jewish kids. And we would get the big cheese bus ride to Brooklyn to take on the Dominicans, the Brooklyn Bonnies. And we'd have to play a doubleheader game. We maybe scored one run in the doubleheader game, and it was just like a 36-0.
Yeah, because those kids are playing constantly.
They hit with golf balls.
Right. And cans and shit. They make all kinds of, we only use the coconut until we were 15. But, they're living outside down there, and they're playing 12 months. They don't have another game. They don't have school.
I lived in Puerto Rico for 2 years, and it really is like that. It's just
Zombie is like your thing. You always want your children to be wrestlers.
Yeah, but my son gets into the wrestling.
Yeah.
I would like him to play baseball. Or do something constructive with himself. I'm not forcing the wrestling thing on him at all.
All right, buddy. Talk to you later. Here's Brian in Jersey. You're on Fez.
Ronnie, I read recently that they did a big poll, and these 17, 18-year-old kids would choose internet access over a driver's license and a car. It's not just bikes for kids. I have 3 kids, and they don't want to go anywhere. It's just crazy. And I was wondering when you thought things changed like this drastically.
Well, as far as kids going outside, a big part of that changed when cable news got big. Yeah. Because what happened there was, if a kid got raped or murdered in Oregon, it ran nationally, and the people in Pennsylvania and Tennessee watched it go on and started to think, oh my God, don't want that to happen to my kid. And they started panicking. So you're always going to have some bad news stories. You know what I mean? There's always going to be an awful story. But before you dealt with national news, you would only know it if it happened in your neck of the woods. So after that happened, they started to do stuff like, the parents would sit there and watch the kids play in the playground and shit like that, and then keep the kids in. Now, the internet in the last 10, 12 years, maybe even 15, has gotten us to the point where a kid is going to have a much bigger social life there than he would in reality. That's the weird thing about it.
Like interacting with, 100 people a day on Facebook or whatever, MySpace back in the day.
Right. Now, you're not going to have 100 fucking friends.
But he will comment on stupid shit. Like, that's a stupid picture. You're fucking hot or whatever.
Yeah, right. And nobody can punch you in your fucking stupid face. That's another thing that we got into is the bullying aspect of, this kid got bullied. Yeah, because he was with other kids. That's fucking what happens also.
And they also learn how to defend himself.
Yeah, it's also not the worst thing in the world the way that you're making it sound like. Let's go over here to Todd in Pittsburgh. You're on Manifest.
Hey, guys. I used to umpire Little League, which was just a goddamn nightmare anyway. But I always sort of looked at it like a bar. The assholes of the community would sort of manifest themselves Whereas some people were being cool, but it was never like a deacon of the church that was punching the fucking umpire in the face.
Right.
It was just another outlet for them to be a cocksucker, you know?
Well, you're looking at a lot of those people that are incredibly, for whatever reason, unhappy. I'm not a psychologist, but if you sit there and you give a shit so much that you're screaming over whether a kid was out or safe or whatever at first base, you're a fucking lunatic. I mean, you wouldn't show up at your kid's fucking gym class and start screaming about that was a foul, that was a foul. Why does it become so much more important in this one game? It's a fucking game. It's just a game. But we've gotten that way where we watch pro football now and we act like we need there to be some video to be shown back in slow motion while we all, because a bad call is the worst fucking thing that could happen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The replay is the fucking biggest thing that have happened.
Why?
Money in games, probably.
Maybe that's got a big deal to do with it, but guess what? Normally in life, you're going to get as many bad calls for your side as you do against your side. It's all going to shake out. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Bubba in Texas, you're on Fez.
I'm glad y'all are back. So my kids are sitting around telling me how bored they are, so I tell them to go outside and play Kicks the Can. They don't have any idea what it is. I explain it to them. They act like I'm retarded. Then I tried to explain Smear the Queer, where the kids run around with the ball. And one of my kids told me I couldn't say that word. It's just hopeless. It's
They're
good
hopeless.
for your kid.
Here's the funny thing about that is like I've played all those fucking street games too. I probably wouldn't if I would have had Madden to play. You know what I mean? I don't think that those games are better than Madden.
And play some fucking Grand Theft Auto, dog. Fuck some shit up.
I guess I would have done the same thing. Let's go over here to our buddy Red Bear. You're on the Ron Fez show.
Hey, Ron. My cousin, it was like his first year at Kids Pitch, and he's a decent little player, and I got roped into umping this game, and this little fuck tried to turn a fucking double into a triple. He made it, beat the tag, but I called his ass out anyway, because you don't make that first out at third base. You know what I'm saying?
No, I wouldn't. I would have fucking called it fair, Red. I honestly would. And there's nothing.
We're not hot dogging out there, Ronnie.
That's never the umpire's fucking thing, and that's why people get pissed.
Oh, that guy must have got punched.
I'm
in
a
the
big fucking
face.
believer in. Hey, touch that kid's arm. Throw him the fuck out. I'll fucking get the windmill going if I'm fucking coaching third. There'll be a lot of plays at the plate. Let's go over here to Ryan in PA. You're on Ron Fez.
Ronnie B, what's going on?
Yeah.
Hey, I think a lot of this, craziness with Little League and kids sports, I mean, it all has to do with the huge money that the professionals are making now, and these parents, wanting their kids to be millionaires.
It ain't going to happen, dude. It ain't going to happen. But, it was always better to be a pro ball player, even back when fucking Babe Ruth was playing. He made more money than everybody else. It was fucking great. And 99.9999% of the boys who started playing ball weren't going to end up with the 27 Yankees. You never were. You can sit around and blame it on whatever you fucking want to, but the fact of the matter is, parents probably should stay out of kids' games. They should also not be at the fucking kids' plays and dances and all that shit, and let the kids be kids a little. For some reason, we got into this bullshit thing. As if your dad doesn't show up for your Little League game, somehow he doesn't love you.
Yeah, he's a bad father.
If your dad is working at fucking 4:30 at night, he doesn't love you.
Or he has to feel bad, perceive that you're a shitty father, you're the worst.
Right. If he doesn't fucking take off work to watch you in your fucking half-ass play that you're putting on, where you're wearing a fucking paper mache fucking hat and telling people you're Abraham Lincoln.
The set design is crap.
Right. He doesn't love you. It's gotten so ridiculous.
I think the dads that are into it aren't thinking my kid's going to have a pro career. I think it's kind of like they're showing off their DNA out there. This is a little bit of the old man, and this is the same talent I had. So you want your kid out there just showing everybody else up.
Sean, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, I think the problem these days with the kids not going outside is because the parents don't want to be parents. They want to be friends with their kids. When we were young, our parents used to throw us outside. If we were watching TV or playing video games, they'd say, go outside. We complain, hey, there's nothing to do, and they'd say, find something to do. Just get some sunshine.
Yeah, I'm sure there's quite a bit of that, you know, and I think parents are most of the time trying, but it's fucking just different times.
Why would you want to be friends with like a teenager? It sucks. They're dicks.
Shut up. Everything on TV's stupid. That guy's a dick. There's nothing worse than a teenage boy who fucking thinks he knows stuff.
Knows everything.
Eminem blows now. It's all about the game. Game's so fucking cool.
I don't know. You should take a listen to this guy.
No, blows.
No, seriously, though.
Blows.
I mean, you got to hear
You
where
blow.
you blow, okay?
You never support me in everything I'm trying to do.
What are you trying to do?
I had a big growth spurt. 6'7".
And you're huge. Maybe we should get in the fucking court.
Let's go over here to Big Dumb Trucker. BDT, what do you got for me, buddy?
Hey there, I was just going to say that I grew up in a small town in Canada, and I was like, same as Pepper there, where after school, all the kids are milling around town, and you just say hi to a bunch of friends, and you get together and you do whatever. Like, I was, my parents wouldn't see me at all until...
Yeah, everybody was like that years
same
ago.
thing.
Everybody was the same way. My parents
and
were like
now-
fucking very nice strangers. That I put on an act for once I got home. Mother, father, how are you?
What'd you do today?
Nothing. I
Really?
didn't do anything.
You're gone for about 16 hours.
Yeah.
Nothing happened in between.
Nothing.
Really?
Mm-mm.
You didn't like hang out with your friends?
You know what? I'm done eating right now.
Okay, I mean,
I'm going to go back out.
Most of the food's still there, and it's dark out.
You ever do this thing like you fucking come home because you need a drink of water after this, and you try to tell your mom everything like, we're out near the tracks.
Really? What was going down over there?
Some minorities were throwing rocks at us.
What kind of trouble you kids getting into?
One of them hit stuff in the eye. I got to go back.
What? You got to call the cops.
You just used it to drink a big fucking glass of water. You're just gulping it down. And then you ever do this? Like you come in the summer and you just fucking get water from your own. You go like this.
Thirsty, are you?
More. You give her that barely fucking breath of more.
What are you doing out there?
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Andrew, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Ron. Hey, when we had that heat wave, I got a 7-year-old, and we let him play Wii because it was so hot there was nothing to do. I understand that.
Right.
Then when the weekend broke and the weather got nice, it was about 80 this past Saturday or Sunday, whatever it was, we sent him outside. And he cried probably for a good half hour because he didn't want to go outside because he said it was too hot. Went outside for 5 minutes, came back in tears. It's too hot. I have nothing to do. Let him back in the house. Can I play Wii? It's all about the video games.
I know.
You can't catch a break.
Well, he'll be outside when he goes to a fucking pride parade, and you have to wave to him when you're part of P-Flag. 866 Run Zero Fez. 866 Run Zero Fez. Here's a couple of things that went up on the iBang over the weekend. David McDonald busted for nude trespassing.
Oh no.
And batching in the backyard. Looking at a 66-year-old woman. Now,
oh God.
the swerve, of course.
Not Dave. No.
Yeah, it's not Eastside Dave.
Oh.
But how funny it is that to see somebody you know name in the fucking paper for jerking off in an old lady's backyard.
It's the perfect story.
And it was scary enough to be believable. Like, I knew this shit was going to happen.
Well, he must have gotten real, tied one real.
I would hate to have a common name. I mean, you must run into Chris Stanleys.
There's a couple different Chris Stanleys. There's one who's a folk singer. He has ChrisStanley.com. I looked into that.
Wow.
And then there's a guy, I think, on like I think 1010 Wins, who's a Chris Stanley, who's a news reporter.
Chris Stanley, 1010 Wins.
This is Chris Stanley reporting.
Chris Stanley, we've got traffic on the ones. You're listening to Chris Stanley. I'm going to go get fucked up now, motherfuckers.
Dump out of that!
Oh, shit, I thought I was the other Chris Stanley for a second. So that story's up on the iBang. And then another one that we got a big kick out of, Rorschach was picked up on the Blaze.com.
Oh, shit.
Of the time that he had his mandals, his man candles, and was smelling them. A big bit of fun there is looking at some of the comments on the Blaze about Rorschach.
Shit.
Those conservatives were just totally weirded out by him.
Oh, come on.
Rorschach recently lost his dad, too, and we're all thinking about him. He has joined the Orphan Club. Well, with Chris Stanley's
come
now.
on in, Rorschach. You're more than welcome.
There's plenty of members.
Hellboy is also up. Now, this was a nice Make-A-Wish thing. This little kid wanted Hellboy to come visit him.
Strange. That Hellboy is that kid's favorite movie.
You never know what a kid's going to get into.
Yeah.
So what's the actor's name, Chris?
Oh, it's Ron Perlman.
All right, Ron Perlman dresses up like Hellboy. And what's really funny in the pictures is you see like he's not trying to be extra nice to the kid.
He's being
just
Hellboy.
acting like Hellboy the whole time.
Dick.
And then at the end of the day, they let this little Make-A-Wisher get made up in the Hellboy outfit, too, which he loved. It was a really sweet story.
Good for you, kid.
And exactly the people that should be doing this. Now, Fez had Spider-Man to beat the Avengers in the opening week. Chris, you had the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man did not even come close.
Fuck no.
But Batman is still looming on the horizon.
I thought that Spider-Man did better that it did better than I thought it would do. Definitely, without a doubt. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be that big. So I'm kind of worried about Batman now because Batman will crush Spider-Man. So I'm fucking real nervous. I need that Avengers to hold out.
I think the Avengers are probably going to win because DC kind of blows.
It does. It is shitty.
Well, everything that Marvel does is flashy and fun and cool, and DC is now just starting to stink of old man. You know what I mean?
Everything's bombing besides this, and it's because Christopher Nolan's, not because DC's fucking involved. Chris Nolan's making a good movie.
DC has the better characters. They're just have trouble with the movie.
All you gotta do is look at the movies. They don't have the better characters.
Marvel's been killing it for fucking 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
In the movies. It's revitalized.
You can't say
the
that
entire
DC has anything better than that fucking the X-Men. They'll bring characters out of every which way.
Yeah. And some of them are shitty, but it's just...
Aquaman, you can't make a movie out of that. Wonder Woman, you can't make a movie out of it.
They tried to make a TV show, Wonder Woman, and they just shit-canned it before they even fucking finished the pilot.
They're ridiculous. They stink like grandma fucking poop.
I hate DC.
But I did Batman based solely on Christopher Nolan. Solely on that man. And he also said, no, I won't have anything to do with the Justice League.
Oh, yeah.
And they said, why? And he's like, the other characters stink so bad, I took the only character that was workable. I don't think you're ever going to have a fucking popular flying around Superman either. I think it just looks like Quaker Oats.
They're making another one, right?
They always say they're going to. You can't even keep up with these.
There's one that's supposed to be out next year.
Have they started shooting it?
Yeah.
No.
Who's Superman?
It's one of the Magic Mike guys.
All right, see, this is bad.
One of the Magic Mike strippers.
Kevin
Joe
Nash?
Manganiello or something like that. But they have to do it correctly. They can't do the same movie they did with Christopher Reeve like they did with the last Superman.
Why? It just worked with Spider-Man, and a ton of people showed up.
Yeah, that fucking movie did a hell of a lot better. Shit. Here's new Superman. Sexy.
Well, who's directing it?
I think it's Christopher Nolan's little brother.
How's this even happening?
What the hell's going on?
Just do what your brother did.
You have the same last name. This will be fine. Don't worry.
Tom in Colorado, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Hi, fellas. I think the thing with the kids going outside kind of depends on what kind of home environment you're able to provide for them. You know, I'm on hard times out here, and my kids got an old PS2. They got computer connection, but it's not state of the art lightning speed connection, all that stuff. So they go outside.
Might be better for them, Tom.
I think so. They'll jump on Facebook for a little while, and that's kind of where they'll figure out where they're going to meet their friends, what park they're going to go to or whatever. And some of it is I think they just don't want me in their business. They got their own lives out there, and of course they're a little older, but I also notice, I drive a cab, and it seems like the poorer neighborhoods, you see more kids outside than the more prosperous areas.
I like where you're coming with this, Tom. I like exactly what you're doing. Some of this has to do with just this mini mansion suburban thing,
These kids have the dope pads, so I guess they don't have to go anywhere.
Well, like I said, they got a fucking better room than fucking Joe DiMaggio ever fucking lived in. Why? They've already gotten everything they could ever want. Why would they go do other stuff?
Fuck. Also, Zack Snyder is directing the new Superman. Zack Snyder.
That's Christopher Nolan's little brother.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder. Well, who did the last one?
That was Bryan Singer, who did the X-Men.
Openly gay?
Yes.
Didn't he say he casted that Superman because he was attracted to him or something?
Yeah.
That's fucking up his shit there. Maybe he should have gotten a better Superman.
When he's casting a movie, he goes, I got to feel it in my ball bag.
All right.
He goes, I got to feel it right in my ball bag.
Just because they're so attractive, Brian, doesn't mean they're great actors.
Let's take a look at you nuts first, should we?
What's that have to do with being a superhero?
Just something I go on.
Oh, Brian.
By the way, let's go over some of the vacations now. Girls Love Milk. Did you see that one yesterday?
Oh, I caught it.
Girls Love Milk.
Look at that.
Puck bunnies, girls on roller skates, dark hair with blue eyes, girls on poles, girls with flags, girls in red, white, and blue. That was one of my favorites.
Damn, so many snacks.
Girls, well, we were gone for a week. You a little extra.
Yeah.
By the way, thanks for checking in to see how the unmasked went.
I checked in with Fez and Pips.
Like they fucking know.
I didn't want to bother you.
These clueless motherfuckers, you're going to check in with them instead of getting the real word.
How'd it go?
It's none of your fucking business. No. I'll go to my grave and never fucking tell you how that unmasked went.
Please. Now I'm curious.
Another pair of tickets for tomorrow's Unmasked.
That's right.
In the New York City area, if you can be here. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. This is an Unmasked everybody is so excited about.
Hell yeah, with Aziz?
Because it's Tom Haverford.
All right.
From Parks and Recreation.
Love Parks.
Aziz Ansari, of course, who's now stand-up star, TV star, movie star.
That's fucking huge, man. This is going to be awesome.
Only thing that he's missing?
Yeah.
Navy SEAL.
If he goes into the SEALs and starts fucking shit up like that, well, I guess we won't even hear about it because it'll be all classified.
You know, we should probably get this up as a quick question or something, but... And I didn't even know about this. There are guys who go around Facebook busting people because they're lying about being Navy SEALs. There's two different things that are going on in the country right now. Guys who are lying and said that they saw action in Afghanistan or whatever. Some of them never were in the military. Some were in the military but were not wounded.
Wow.
And they will just go around and tell people
talk shit and
that they were wounded because then people will like them more. Apparently, one of them was on the America's Got Talent who said something fucking happened to him in the war when it didn't. That blew up. He got got blown up when he got back here to the States. But there are tons of guys who put on their Facebook Navy SEAL, and they're not. But one of the reasons that they do it is to impress chicks.
Just to get pussy.
Yeah.
That's fucking. I know a guy who would rent a uniform for Fleet Week here in New York.
You're fucking kidding
and
me.
go out and get free drinks and pussy. He was like, dude, it's the best idea ever. I'm like, I don't know if I want to
Did
do
old
that.
ladies say thanks for your service?
Occasionally, yeah.
Thanks for your service, sailor.
He was a big hit. Though he tried to avoid other servicemen.
Yeah, I bet.
So where you serving? I'm hammered, dude. I don't know.
Out right now at sea. I'm out at sea. But is the lowest thing that you could do is to say that you served and didn't? Is there anything lower? And why with everything else? I mean, let's face it. If you haven't lied to a woman when you're younger, catting, then you probably didn't get that many women. Because you will lie about anything.
Gotta make up bullshit.
But we don't say, like, it's not so offensive to us to say, if a guy says he loves a woman when he doesn't, just to get laid, or I will marry you, whatever fucking comes up, we feel like is in fair territory, but lying about the service.
You can never do that. If you
can lie about a job. How many guys go out and say their job is so badass on Wall Street when all they're fucking doing is getting coffee for people or whatever?
Yeah, that's all accepted. Whatever. Just to
That's
make yourself
accepted.
like a baller, yeah.
You wouldn't even have a problem with that yourself.
No, I don't. I wouldn't care. Whatever, dude.
Would you have a problem if somebody would say, the Yanks are looking at me? It looks like I'll be fucking called up to the majors.
I think I got a problem with that because that's just very deceitful.
You know, there was even that kind of fucking bit in The Wedding Singer where he was like, we lost a lot of good men that year. And that was considered funny, but you're saying no, too far, you can't do it.
No, disrespectful.
I did not know that it was to such high heights. As a matter of fact, a lot of politicians have gotten busted for saying that they saw action in Vietnam and didn't. And these motherfuckers will even show up places, be honored, let the band play for them.
Oh, they love it.
They sit around and talk about fucking dudes who don't serve like they were shit.
On them, yeah. And they're just liars.
Yeah.
They're just fucking getting them off.
It's such a ridiculous thing to even try now when everything can get checked. I think maybe the scummiest of them all was the fake 9/11 widow.
You don't think that she was mentally ill, though? I mean, I followed that story. You could not be sane and do what she did. And I know it's fun to join into the pack of, being that thing. But at the same time, what was wrong with all these people that kept wanting to be around the 9/11 victims and have that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was a real, weird thing of, we'd like to fly you to Iowa so you could be our 9/11 fucking widow there. I don't think she said she was a widow. She said she was in the building. She got down out of the building, whatever, and she was next to the governor and shit.
Oh, she got real fucking deep with this fucking crazy story.
And everybody was loving her.
Hell yeah.
She is the nicest lady. After what she's been through, and she's just so nice.
She deserves the best.
But yeah, when you look into her story, that did not even seem carny to me. It seems like it was insane. Let's go over here to Jason, Oregon. You're on Fez.
Hey guys, back to the conversation about DC versus Marvel. I think DC's missing the mark because they're trying to compete with Marvel for the young adult audience. They should really market towards children. All of their characters, except for Batman, are kind of childish anyway, and I don't mean that as an insult. I just mean they're simple. I mean, think about Superman. If they would target the children audience, they could probably do really good.
I think it's because they were all developed in the 1930s when there was a simplicity
there was a dust bowl
to that. I mean, the weird thing is that they even would go, if somebody came up with Superman after that, other people should have been like, well, haven't you ruined all the characters for everybody? You gave that guy every fucking thing there was.
He's the most powerful, right? No one can beat
Yeah.
him. Yeah. Well.
They put Green Lantern right behind him.
Yeah, unless you have a fucking rock, and then you can fucking throw it at him, and he's done.
What a pussy. Fucking Green Rock fucks him up.
Did you ever watch that Green Lantern movie, Fez?
No, I haven't seen it.
It's the worst fucking thing I could ever imagine.
I should watch
I haven't
it.
heard
See how
one
bad
good
it
thing
is.
ever about it.
Well, there's nothing to say from the opening fucking scene. From the opening scene, it's terrible. Justin, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, no, I was just calling to request for a ticket for tomorrow.
Oh, this should have been doing that off air, but yes, you can. We'll get you a pair of tickets. Hold on, Justin, online too. Brendan in Iowa, you're in Run of Fez.
Hey, guys. I was just wanting to check in about, talking about kids playing outside and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
we were.
I grew up in the 90s, and I grew up in the Northeast.
All right, fucking hammer time.
Great.
Okay?
Look at me. I'm the same. We're the same.
Smells like Teen Spirit.
Right on. But I can remember being young and not having internet and not having cable TV just because that stuff wasn't available, and still being in that time where my parents would not let you go outside. Like, if I wanted to go outside, I'd have to, like, make up an elaborate story about this is where I'm going and this is how long I'm going to be so that I could get away.
Were you like religious parents?
My mom was a little religious, not so much my dad, but
Yeah.
Homeschool.
They were just warriors.
it was a church every Sunday kind of a house.
Oh.
But I would have loved to have just been able to go outside anytime and go and do stuff, but it was always a production, and I don't know.
You'd probably be dead now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So-
You'd probably be dead.
Raped and
Yeah, well, I probably would, but
You're a soft little man. You never would have made it through the 90s alive.
You couldn't have taken that shit, man. Mine was wild. That fucking grunge shit. Fucking East Coast, West Coast. That all went down then.
Can't be but a man.
Hell yeah.
You probably would end up getting Biggie's bullet in your fucking neck.
That's right. You're hanging outside that fucking goddamn Range Rover. You're catching one. Suge Knight's there. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
He don't give a fuck. He's fucking smacking fucking Snoop Dogg with his dick while
More
he's
records. Faster. That's a scary man.
Yeah, he was the fucking most frightening man ever. Motherfucker, if they did a movie about him, Papa Shango should play the fucking lead role. Fucking West Coast, East Coast people shooting each other over rap records.
Like the biggest stars at the time got murdered. Giant. Just to think that going down is nuts.
Well, it's like, could you imagine in 1980 when John Lennon was murdered that no one went, is Keith Richards involved in this? Does anybody know where Mick Jagger was that day?
Come on, we need alibis here.
Were the Kinks in New York at that time?
Where's Davies? Get
No
him on
one
the
ever
phone.
fucking suspected.
No.
And yet, when Biggie got killed, everybody was like, we know who did it. This is West Coast motherfuckers.
Come on. It was all planned. Cops were involved, the whole thing.
This up on the iBang. Kate Upton. Well, there's two actually different things. Number one, she's being attacked.
Oh, what?
For having floppy fat titties.
Okay. Who's
But-
going to fucking attack her for her breasts?
Well, this is a website that likes anorexic chicks called Skinny Gossip. And they say that she's too fat.
Okay, she's too fat. She's okay. Upton's overweight.
You know who runs Skinny Gossip, right?
No.
Fez, put your hands over yours.
All right.
Can you hear me?
No.
You can't hear me at all. Can you hear me?
No.
All right. They say fags.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. Couple of fags run the fucking thing.
Yeah, and then they think women should be so skinny that they're dead.
So then they have to deal with them, and they're just
Right.
fucking sucking dicks all day
Right, and
long.
then they're sucking cock, and everybody's fucking
Just
happy.
jizzing each other.
Um,
What a fucked up agenda.
and then this other chick that Fez
Cover 'em up?
Yeah. She already told you to. You promised you would, right? Can you hear?
No.
He didn't hear that even. That would have offended him. This other chick that says that she's a better dancer than Kate Upton, and that's Courtney Stodden.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is the really young girl, right? That's
17-year-old wife of the 52-year-old guy.
Jesus. She is super young. Yeah, she's real crazy. She's constantly on. All right, she's dancing. Okay.
But are you going to put that in Kate Upton's fucking...
No, not at all. No, Kate Upton crushes her. But, you know, good effort. She's real crazy. They're constantly putting out, like, photo shoots and shit of her.
But she's got old lady hair. I mean...
She don't look 17.
She
looks
actually
like
even
28.
has old lady thighs.
She's bad twerking. That little gay kid is better at
Yeah.
twerking than her.
And there's no cat daddy, and the twerking is... They might like her on skinnyfuckingcelebrity.com or whatever it is.
Maybe she starts vomiting on this video. They'll be like, oh, my God, this is great. So much sex here.
Who's the dude that she's fucking married to? He's in his 50s.
Yeah, he was on Lost.
He was on Lost?
Yeah, he was, do you remember, like, when they went back in the 70s and was in the Lost facility? The guy that ran it, Horace, the guy with long hair?
Oh, yeah. Well, he's like a cult leader.
Yeah. Doug Hutchinson is her husband.
Dougie Doug looks him young.
Hell yeah, he got a piece
He
of
must
that.
have been with her when she was like, what, 16?
Yeah, I think the story is he was like he has like a management company or something, and she was part of it, and then he got up in that, and then the mother gave him the okay and whatever.
Is he with both of them?
Probably.
Nice move.
Yeah, good for him. See, there he is in Lost. It's a nice Dharma Initiative fucking jumpsuit.
Sure.
It's a good look.
Nothing's ever replaced Lost in our hearts, has it?
No.
We haven't had that quirky show that everybody's talking about.
They keep trying. They keep trying to get some sort of fucking show with a science fiction edge. Not going to happen. No!
What?
Why would you go down before you checked? Why would you take the earmuffs off?
I thought I got a nod.
A nod doesn't mean... A nod not good. You're keeping the earmuffs on.
What are we talking about? That's so horrible.
Oh, God.
If we wanted you to know, will we have you put the earmuffs on?
It's for your own good.
All right, earmuffs.
So, this whole time you can't hear even with the earmuffs?
No, just when I move my hands away.
You can't be trusted.
Fez. Fezzy. Fez.
Ooh.
A lot of bitches coming at Kate Upton. They ain't gonna fucking take her down.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen for a while.
She's really she's fucking
Ali.
Her and Terry Richardson. Just fucking. That's her corner man.
You love your Terry Richardson, don't you? Have you ever tried to get him on the show?
I'm trying right now. I'm trying to contact some of his people.
It won't happen.
Don't give her this
What
shot.
can we do for you, Mike?
Come on.
Mike.
Yeah, what's up, guys? I looked at some of the comments below that skinny 17-year-old blonde chick, and everybody seems to think her boobs are fake, when I think they are real and they are fabulous. Your thoughts?
I don't have any thoughts on it. If she's going to get something fake, she ought to fake some ass into herself.
It's a little
some
skinny
hips.
ass.
She's got little fucking boy hips. Here's Kyle. You're on the Ron Fez show. Kyle.
Yeah.
What's happening, buddy?
Oh, hey. Who's this?
It's the Ron Fez show.
Oh, hey. Yeah. You were talking about the military, that people pretend to be military people for pussy and stuff. And you asked who was scummier. There's this woman that she faked cancer like 2 years ago local to me. She shaved her head. She got out of work. And they were doing fundraisers for her. And it turns out her husband didn't even know she was faking it.
Oh, I saw this on TV. They ended up locking her ass up. They locked her up for taking money.
All right.
Under false pretenses. And they showed this big... She looks like Snooki, this bitch, right? I mean, everything about her is Snooki. So, end of the fucking road on this whole deal, they lock her up, and she goes, and they said to her, how many people are talking to you from your wedding? And she said, not one. Not one person will fucking talk to me.
Holy shit.
Because look at her.
Oh, yeah. Bad tats. That's the snook.
Yeah, she's this great, straight Snooki Street trash. Speaking of which, the governor of New Jersey. What are you doing, Fizz?
What the fuck?
Was it time?
No. You never know when we want to say something that's like, hey.
It can happen at any given time.
Hey, how come you never... How come you never do that with me and have me put my fingers in my ears and make sure I don't listen to the show? Back on. He didn't answer me. I think he's thinking of it now. Think of it while you're sealing your ears, okay? I said, think of that question while you have your ears sealed.
Okay.
So, you were away for this, Hicks. You didn't see it. So, Governor Christie is walking down the fucking boardwalk, and someone says to him, hey, take care of the teachers, okay, Governor?
Okay.
So, for whatever reason, he takes this as a giant fucking insult.
What? Holy shit, is he fucking off his rail?
He's so pissed about it that he goes after the guy. And we got the video up on the iBank today. It's, he's really one of a kind.
He is a madman.
Yeah.
He's totally fucking crazy.
All right, go ahead and play it. I know he could hear.
Real big shot. You're a real big shot. Shut your mouth off. You're a real big shot. Shut your mouth off. You're walking away. Yeah, keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking.
Mr. Governor.
They're all ready to fight. Here's the fucking funny shit about that as well. Number one, it seems like it wasn't even so much of an insult.
It was just, take care of the teachers. That's all it was.
Right.
It's asking him to fucking...
So his guilt made him want to go back and kill the guy. Number two, you're walking up like you're going to punch a guy when you're the governor. It never looks good. He's got his pants as high as they could possibly go.
Why is he fucking dressed like that? He's enjoying an ice cream cone.
That's the other thing. It's a dainty ice cream cone. So anyone that wants to bust his balls gets to sit back and laugh at, like, even then, he's got an ice cream cone. He can't sit and enjoy himself.
Christie's asked for all this because there's plenty of videos out here of him going after anyone trying to fucking heckle him or fucking yell shit at him.
He gets pissed.
Yeah, he loses it.
Now, the thing is, they keep bringing his name up for vice president. Yep. Now, around here, that's going to play. No one's going to get mad at him. No one's going to fucking say he's an embarrassment. Because he acts like everybody else in Jersey. But you think they're going to understand that fucking act in the nicer parts of the country?
There is no way he would survive. It's impossible. Christie is fucking crazy. He's totally insane.
Here's the weird thing. Even though I don't agree with everything that he says politically, personality-wise, I totally get him. I felt like I could have fucking grown up next to the guy. Like, I totally get where he's coming from that way.
He's entertaining. He makes good videos.
Like, I will give him this. Like, when I see, like, Mitt Romney or Al Gore, I don't feel like I know either one of those guys. Chris Christie, I feel like I know who the fuck he is. He's a guy who, when he's walking down the fucking boardwalk, eating an ice cream with really high pants on, if you say, keep an eye on the teachers, he's going to come after you.
He doesn't want to hear that shit. He
might want to kill you.
He wants to enjoy his evening.
Do you think that he could run for national office?
Impossible.
And no way does fucking Romney even risk it.
Romney might want it, but the people around him won't let him choose Christie as a fucking running mate. He's too much of a fucking loose cannon. There's people yelling at him on the boardwalk, watch your back, Christie. That's fucking crazy.
No, they're saying we're going to watch your back, like we will fight for you.
All right.
So they're saying I got your back.
All right.
They're saying if anyone fucks with you, I will fucking knock them out.
Well, at least he has loyalty, you know? People fucking love him.
Well, that's just 3 people. Let's not even go by that. Whether you like him or not, I do feel like that is like a real human being. Now, it might be, I don't know whether the American public wants a real human being.
Yeah, can a real human being actually fucking make it? Because everyone else is a fucking robot. It's fucked.
All right, we're going to break here. When we get back, I think a little bit of nostalgia. We'll look back at 42 Coca-Cola ads.
Oh.
Fez, have you had time to think it over?
What was that?
Have you had time to think it over?
Yeah, I think, I guess I'm not as protective I think you can handle things better than I can.
You think a lot of stuff we were talking about you couldn't handle?
Well, I would think so, if that's why you wanted me to cover my ears, that I would have a freak out.
How long were you, had your ears covered?
I think like 3 minutes.
That was about 3 minutes. Okay. All right. We'll be back. 42 Coca-Cola ads from the past, so you can remember any of them. It's the Ron and Fez Show.
Ron Bennington, Fez Whatley. This is the Ron and Fez Show.